One Zambia, one nation is a lesson I carried home to my heart. And when I look at Jesus Christ, our Savior, He teaches love your neighbor as you love yourself. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I try to follow that lesson. So my approach to the One Zambia, One Nation program was very heartful to me.
The fourth Republican president of Zambia, following the unfortunate news today of the death of former president, first president of the Republic of Zambia, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. And I'd like to welcome you, President Rupiah Banda, and thank you for joining us on Diamond Live tonight. Mr. President, good evening.
Good evening, Diamond.
First of all, Mr. President, very unfortunate news, very sad news that we have received of the unfortunate death of President Kenneth Kaunda. And I wanted, first of all, to get your reaction to this unfortunate event.
Yes, it's very sad. Indeed, it's very sad for our country, for our people in Zambia, to have to experience what we are now experiencing. Of course, we all know that death is inevitable and that after a while we will all leave. But we are so used to living with Dr. Kaunda that we wanted him a little bit longer. It's a big shock.
You, President Banda, share quite fond memories. You did serve as a diplomat under President Kenneth Kaunda. And I wanted to find out also if you could just relate from your experience what you would say the type of person that he was.
Yes, I'll say that indeed I am one of the few Zambians who can claim to have had the privilege of working with Dr. Kaunda from a very young age. From the time before our independence, when the headquarters of the freedom movement was still in Chilenge, I used to go there from Munali with a number of other young people. We would walk all the way from Munali to Chilenge to visit him. And he was always, despite the difficulties that he was facing, always a happy person, always a kind person, always a generous person. This I remember very well from the very beginning. And then I had the privilege to work with him when I was still very young. In 1964, I was only 27, 28. He did not hesitate to pick me as one of his first ambassadors to Cairo. And thereafter, he promoted me to be ambassador to Washington, D.C. And thereafter, many promotions that I got from him to New York as permanent representative, as head of many parastatals like NAMBOARD, like Rural Development Corporation, etc., and chairman of many, many other boards. So I always remember him as one who had a lot of confidence in me, which I consider to be a special privilege. And eventually I became the president of Zambia myself. So he built me up to become what I became, what I am today.
I was just reading up one of the articles that has been written in remembrance of President Kenneth Kaunda, and one of them saying there is no one who is too old to die, and the president did leave quite a legacy. And I want to find out from you what you think President Kenneth Kaunda is going to be remembered for, and if anything, what President Kenneth Kaunda should be remembered for.
Yes, I do not even hesitate to say, I say this all the time. From 1964, after a grueling struggle for our independence, he showed his true colors in 1964 at the stadium, at Independence Stadium, as we received the flag of Zambia and the constitution of Zambia, changing it from Northern Rhodesia to Zambia. I remember him saying, I call upon you, all Zambians, never to forget what we have gone through, but do forgive whatever we experienced which we didn't like. From that point onward, I realized we had a good president, a kind president, a president who could see into the future, because he realized at the time that the most important thing that we needed is to learn to forgive each other. The other point that he made a great impression on me was the fact that the rallying cry for Dr. Kaunda's political activities was always one Zambia, one nation. It was valid then, it is valid now, and it will continue to be valid. If we want to have a Zambia in the future, a prosperous Zambia, a united Zambia, we have always to remember that we are one Zambia, one nation. And there are many others, of course, when he started enunciating his policies with his colleagues, and so you saw the emphasis that he put into education. And see, from almost only 100 graduates, today we can't count the number of Zambians who got, never mind graduate, but master's degrees, PhDs, specializations in all fields of human endeavors. I would like to quote him. He is a man that Zambians and the world will never forgive. I have received a number of calls already from people in other parts of the country, because my phone is roaming. That's how you got me today. And people were saying, we mourn with you. Many of us are enjoying what we are enjoying in our various countries because of Dr. Kaunda and his colleagues with whom he fought for the independence of Zambia. Immediately after that, they sacrificed it in order to ensure that the rest of Africa is free from colonialism.
At a time like this one, President Banda, that Zambia is going into an election,
Yes.
what do you think the legacy of President Kaunda should do to us as a country and help us conduct an election that would make Dr. Kaunda happy, that would uphold the peace that he stood for the longest time?
You've said it already. You've already said that Dr. Kaunda, we should use our experience under his leadership, and for all the pronouncements that he made as a leader, and he made even after he lost elections, we should use that to help us achieve precisely what he has said. A good, peaceful election that will keep us together as Zambians. It is important that we take advantage of this very sad passing of Dr. Kaunda to remember that he always wanted Zambians to be together. Hence his rallying cry for one Zambia, one nation. I hope that as a result of this, it will bring us Zambians closer to each other. It will give us the opportunity to talk about our problems, because we have many problems. We cannot run away from that. We have many, many problems. And instead of taking advantage of these problems against each other, I think we should consider that we are under the same roof, and if we solve the problems together, it will be for the benefit of all of us.
In conclusion, President Banda, the country is watching, and we would like to hear from a voice such as yours, because you have also served as president. In conclusion, your message to the Zambian people and to the family of Dr. Kaunda.
Yes, you know, since we started to talk this evening about the passing of our president, we should not forget that we are in the middle of a pandemic. We have a very serious crisis facing the Zambian people, perhaps the biggest crisis that we've ever faced since our existence as a nation. And I would like that we take advantage of this to bring us together as Zambians, first to mourn our president with dignity, and to show the rest of the world that despite the fact that this is an election year, with the Zambians who rally behind our current leadership to assist in ensuring that we go through whatever problems we have, especially, as I said, with COVID, with the economy, with the many other problems that we're facing, that we should use the passing on of our first president as a reason for us to come together and mourn together. I would be so happy to see us together issuing statements calling upon every Zambian to say, in honor of Dr. Kaunda, please let us ensure that we have a peaceful election, an election which will give us a good result that will enable us to proceed as one Zambia, one nation. And I want to take advantage of this really to say sorry to our head of state, who is the chief mourner on behalf of all the Zambians. As you know, I'm one of the former presidents. I am right now outside the country undergoing medical attention. I was feeling very sorry for President Edgar Lungu, that there in Zambia he was looking after Dr. Kaunda before he passed on, and he was looking after me, he was looking after all the Zambians who are going through all these problems that we have enunciated in our discussion this evening, that I feel very sorry for him, and I hope that we can use this opportunity to encourage Zambians to come together, to encourage our leadership to bring us together so that we can remain what Dr. Kaunda always called for, always dreamt for, all that he fought for, together with all his colleagues, one Zambia, one nation.
Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Thank you.
I'm so glad that you watched this video onto Davi-tech-media. Remember, if you are joining me for the first time, don't forget to click subscription button and click that notification bell to be the very first person to receive the video that will be posted and produced by Davi-tech-media. Remember, Davi-tech-media update
Davi-tech-media. Subscribe to Davi-tech-media. Davi-tech-media. Subscribe to Davi-tech-media.